Starfield is the new hotness, at least for the next week or two. Now, can your system handle its overwhelming girth? I meant system requirements. I mean system requirements. What's up everyone, Erik here and welcome to Hardware for Gamers. For those of you who are new to the channel, I test and review PC cases, CPU coolers, PC case fans, and graphics cards. Before I get onto the overview, to have full disclosure, I did get a copy of Starfield when I bought the RX 6750 XT MECH 2X, so all opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone. So if you do end up liking the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really end up liking the video, how about subscribing to the channel? Before getting on to what I've done, I would like to thank my patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you very much. Now what I'm hoping to do in this video is show what the performance will be like for those of you who are at or around the minimum system requirements. For those of you who are not sure what the minimum system requirements are for PC, I'll have them up on screen now. For the most part, I think most PC gamers would have a system that should meet the minimum system specs or very much be around the minimum system specs outside of maybe that 125 gig of SSD storage. And yes, SSD storage is required for this game. However, with that being said, the recommended system requirements are pretty crazy. Again, with that being said, my test system is actually technically below minimum system requirements-ish. I do have my 2600 overclocked to be pretty much a 2600X. And my 5600 XT is pretty much a 5700 because it is the upgraded version with the faster memory. It's really just, I believe, the amount of VRAM on the card, which wasn't a problem with where and what I was doing here. Which brings me to what I've actually done for this video. I checked the performance at ultra, high, medium, and low. I had upscaling turned off in all of my passes, so no FSR testing in this whatsoever. I also limited the number of passes I did by only looking at 1080p. And since it's minimum system requirements, that kind of makes sense to me. If it doesn't to you, sorry. In this video, I'll be focusing on just the scaling between these four settings. This video isn't about visual breakdowns. This video is just to help you understand what performance to expect from each of these settings with the minimum spec system. To best understand the overall performance, we'll look at three areas of the game. The first area is a seemingly common excursion planet / moon. The second is New Atlantis, which is the first major city that you travel to. And finally, we'll be taking a look at an interior space. So that's enough talking about whatever we're talking about, and actually let's take a look at it. On the moon / planet area, the ultra preset is sitting in around that mid to low 30s. The high preset is sitting in around the mid to high 30s. The medium preset is sitting in the mid to low 40s. And the low preset is sitting in the mid to low 50s. Again, this is with no FSR. Now, as we can see in all of these presets, the GPU is the limiting factor in this area. Moving on to New Atlantis, Ultra is in the low 30s. High is sitting around 35 FPS. Medium is around the mid 40s, and low is in the low 50s. What's interesting is the CPU usage is much higher than it was in the previous area. Both the low and medium were rarely below 60% usage. This extra CPU usage allowed the GPU usage to drop to below 90% in the low preset, meaning the low preset is actually CPU limited in this area. Finally, the interior area. Ultra is in around the mid 50s to mid 60s. High is around 60 to 70 FPS for the most part. Medium is between the low 70s to the mid 80s. And low is between the mid 80s and all the way up to 100 FPS. Now it is to be expected that there would be a greater FPS range in an interior space since you're not having to have such far draw distances. But what is nice is we're not getting CPU limited at the higher FPS in this or these kind of areas. So in my opinion, the medium preset with a minimum spec system should give you a pretty okay experience. Not a great experience, but not a horrible experience. You should be able to stay in around that 60 FPS in most areas. Now, obviously, what I saw for, I guess it was Hardware Unboxed, they found some planet that had a whole bunch of trees, a huge forest, and the GPU performance just tanked. Hopefully, Bethesda / Microsoft can fix that with some patches, because that sounds kind of BS. But all in all, it's fairly playable, like especially in the interior spaces, which is where most of the gunplay is happening. The FPS is perfectly fine. I'm having really no issues. Now I'm playing at 1440p with FSR set to 90% or something like that. So, but again, I'm typically in most gun situations at or around 100 FPS, which I'm pretty comfortable with. And I guess that's all I got. So good luck, have fun for everyone who's playing Starfield. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're still watching and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. There is also the HFG Discord server. It is completely free to join and you get to view all of my normal charts or all of my CPU coolers, my cases, CPU system fan testing is all up on the HFG Discord server. There is also Patreon for those who would like to support the channel directly. A link is in the description. You may want to check out this video here. It should be somewhat along the lines of technology-based somethings. I'm not really sure. Haven't really done too many of these kind of performance breakdown things, so it won't be a video quite like this one. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.